This is our OG Damian Lillard build, and we perfected that build and many others. In this video, I will continue to rank my top 30 builds I made throughout the year. This is part 3, so we're going to be ranking builds number 20, the builds number 16, all in this one video. In the background, we are not going to have our 99 Dunk Sakuna build gameplay. That takes a lot of time to edit and stuff like that. We're actually just going to have a really good Pro-Am game with no editing. And the reason for this change is way easier for me to get these videos out quicker and faster. And since I'm showing you guys a total of 30 different variations, I'm like, I don't want to finish the series by the time season 8's done. And then you guys only got like 3 to 4 weeks, so you guys decide to make one of these new builds to actually use them. I'm like, let me go ahead and finish this series. So you guys do want to make these alternative variations of the builds. You guys can do that and still have like nearly 2 months to get some fun on the builds. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and continue on ranking these builds, starting at number 20, and that is Shazam. And Shazam is our 6'11" big man, and the build is very, very fire. It has maxed out wingspan, and for the other big man I talk about, the wingspan is kind of optional. I usually go maxed out wingspan because I just believe that helps you get blocks, rebounds, stuff of that nature. But maxed out wingspan on Shazam is kind of mandatory because you want that maxed out wingspan so you can get Silver Interceptor, 73 steal, but most importantly, you can get that 93 driving dunk. And 93 driving dunk is gold posterizer, but at 6'11", it's a tier 2 badge. So you could +2 your driving dunk and get that on legend. And now you're catching so many bodies when it comes to the pick and roll and stuff of that nature. Of course, you get the 90 standard dunk for the elite big man contact dunks. But there's a problem with Shazam, and we're going to talk about this for the other big men as well. In my opinion, I got to thinking and talking to other content creators and other people that make big man builds and stuff like that. 91 strength is a must. The problem with Shazam, it only gets 83 strength. Now you're playing rec and you're playing recreationally, it doesn't really matter too much. You only get Hall of Fame brick wall, and that's it, you +2 your brick wall to even get at the Hall of Fame. But keep this in mind, you're setting screens on who? Lockdown defenders that probably got legend pick dodger, right? They don't have legend, they got Hall of Fame, and they're probably +1 in their pick dodger, whatever the case may be. You want to make sure your brick wall is at least equal or higher than their pick dodger rating. Now, if you got 83 strength, that's only silver brick wall like I mentioned. Can you really be a screen setting big man with silver brick wall getting +2 to Hall of Fame? Well, can you be a lockdown defender with only silver glove, right, getting +2 to Hall of Fame? If a lockdown came out there with 85 steal or 79 steal, you'd be like, I'm not sure that's a lockdown or not per se. And that's with a lockdown with a steal rating that they're only going to get to activate, 2 to 3 times a game? They're not going to get 50 steals, right? You're setting 50 screens in a single game. No exaggeration in a rec. You probably clip a rec game or a Pro-Am game, whatever the case may be. You're going to be like, wow, I'm using this badge so much. You should actually have it on Legend, right? And we're going to talk about that when it comes to making our 2K27 builds, because we're going to want all Legend badges, especially on the badges we utilize the most. So make sure you guys are subscribed for that, because our 2K27 content will be even greater than 2K26. I'm always looking to try to get better and better, and I promise you I got some big plans made for 2K27. But overall, Shazam is still a spectacular build. I'm giving this build a 97 out of 100, and here's the variation with 99 defensive rebounding. And it still maintains that 72 perimeter defense. If you guys want to go that route for the Bronze Challenger and Silver Immovable Enforcer, that's something that the 7-foot big man can't get. So that gives another advantage in addition to the interceptor. Granted, we did have to lower the block down to an 84 so we don't get the goal high flying denier. Now, at build number 19, we have the Black Adam build, and that is the Shazam bigger brother. So it's the same thing, but I give this one the slight edge. The reason why, at the 7-foot height, you can customize it a little bit more. So the 7-foot version, although it gets less steal, it gets more blocks, so that's kind of a trade-off, and that becomes a personal preference thing. I personally would make the 6'11" version because I like to play lanes a lot, right? I like to get steals and I anticipate passes and stuff like that. So I would go for the higher interceptor, but you guys are more of a disciplined defender, not gambling as much and just want to play for blocks. The 7-foot version is a little bit better, but you definitely get more attributes to play around with when it comes to the finishing. So you can raise the finishing much, much higher on the Black Adam version compared to the Shazam. Now, granted, Shazam gets the higher finishing in the category that you want, which is, in my opinion, the driver dunk, right? So you can't go to that 93 driver dunk on Black Adam, but you know this game will try to cheese you, give you some layups and give you some close shots instead of dunks and stuff like that. So on Black Adam, you can get that close shot in drive and layup super duper high, and you can also get higher post control so you can score with your back to the basket. And unlike Shazam, you can actually modify the wingspan on this Black Adam build and get more shooting if you guys want to go that route. Where on Shazam, you kind of do need the maxed out wingspan because you want to get that 93 driver dunk. So here's the 99 defensive rebounding version. And similar to Shazam, we had to lower the block to get there. So the original Black Adam had 99 O board and 93 block for the gold paint patroller Hall of Fame high flying denier. We go down to 88 block, so we get silver paint patroller and gold high flying denier. But now we get 99 defensive rebounding, and we get 90 O board because I still didn't hear back from 2K Court Vision on if that plus 12 boost thing was legit or not. So we just make sure we go 90 on both categories so that we're good to go. Now, that is Black Adam getting a score of 97 out of 100, just like Shazam. And now we're going on to 2 point guard builds coming up next. And the first one is going to be our Naruto build. So Naruto is the 6'4 Kratos build, but it gets mid-range, right? So you raise the mid-range up, so now it's a complete 3-level score. And in my opinion, when you raise the mid-range, of course, you got to sacrifice something that's not free to upgrade. You kind of got to lower the speed. And I'm not sure you guys ever seen those build videos and stuff like, yo, this build looks incredible. And they show you everything first from left to right. Then they get over to those physicals, and you're looking at those physicals like, I knew it was too good to be true. That's almost what tends to happen with Naruto. But if you do make it a 6'3" version, you do get more attribute points to play around with. And with those extra attribute points, you can get the physicals up a little bit more. I'm going to show you guys the 6'4" version I made. That also gets 91 or 92 pass accuracy. Can't remember which one. But I know a lot of you guys like that high 90, well, not high 90, but low 90 pass rating, especially when you put in your takeover. It is chef's kiss, amazing attribute to have on PGs, and it makes sense, right? Technically, the point guard should have the highest pass accuracy because they do pass the most, but centers needed to be a tad bit higher to get that break starter badge and stuff like that because they're making full court passes where PGs are passing the half court. But the difference between 85 and 92, I think, is definitely worth it. So on 2K27, we're going to be talking about that. You want your passing high enough to get all the good pass styles in the game, to get Hall of Fame diamonds. That way you only got a +1 instead of +2 in it. And you just want that passing rating to be high enough where you can throw absolute dots. I had 85s on my PGs to start the year. You go up to 92, it is amazing. Now, 85 is great for the park, but in 5v5 setting, you're throwing it against people that got Legend or Scepter, 94, 99 still, wherever the case may be. You want your pass accuracy, your versatile visionary to be good enough to counteract those badges. And I will show you guys that 6'4 Naruto build that can definitely do that in the 5v5 setting. But I made one slight change. That change was I made it so it could get 96 3-ball instead of 96 mid-range. So you get 96 mid-range, you get Hall of Fame shifty shooter. But 96 3-ball, you get the shifty shooter plus Hall of Fame limitless. I think the 3-ball rating is more important. I think 90 should be plenty to knock down the occasional mid-range or however often you score from the mid-range, wherever the case may be. You can fade, spin, shot, pump, fake pass, whatever you cheeseaholics be doing and all that nonsense. But I think 90 and 96 is a great combination to have between those two ratings. The problem is the physicals are a little bit lower, but you do look into that 6'3 version. I'm pretty sure you can make the physicals be a little bit higher. And you also get the mini marksman badge as well, which isn't great, but it is serviceable. I do think Naruto has the edge at 3-level scoring compared to Sasuke, which is a 6'5" version. But I don't think it's as good as some other mid-range scorer options, and I will explain that later on in the series. But Naruto still is a fire build regardless. I'm giving it a spectacular score of 97 out of 100. Now let's go ahead and talk about the 6'2" PG, the Dame Dollar perfected Batman build, and I promise you guys, this build could actually be ranked at number 1, and I wouldn't argue with anyone. But the only problem I have when I did the rubric and stuff like that, I'm grading the build on 5 categories. I can't say this is an easy build to use because 6'2" is a tougher height. It's the lowest height I will actually recommend somebody make. So I wouldn't even recommend anybody make the 6'1" PG. And I know exactly what the ladies be talking about now. When they be like, he's 5'11". They look the other way, but when he's 6 feet tall, they get the drooling and all. Man, that 6'1" and 6'2" difference is night and day. I don't know what it is. But that 6'2" build, the Batman build, is chef's kiss perfect, everything about it. And I love looking at the right side of the screen. You just see everything maxed out. They're all locks on the right side. You can't even spend cap breakers on those categories if you tried to. And they max out at perfect ratings. They max out at 92 perimeter, so that's all gold defensive badges. It maxes out at 96 steals, so that's Hall of Fame glove and Hall of Fame interceptor badges. Like, everything about it is just perfectly crafted. It's an amazing build to look at. So we're talking about golden defensive badges. You get the legend shooting badges mixed built in. You get the legend playmaking badges like lightning launch built in. And I know a lot of you guys don't care for the 85 pass accuracy. That's why I asked for feedback on these builds. 85 is great, like I mentioned earlier, for Park. 92 is what you want. So I will show you guys the 92 Batman build. But shout out to my boy B Fresh in the community. Make sure you guys join the Discord community. You got some of the best builders in there. But he wanted to make a Kratos build, but he specialized in rebounding. He figured out, hey, you lower the vertical, you can spin your cap breakers, of course, on your physicals. But vertical is actually kind of expensive to get up. So we did the same thing here and enabled us to fine tune the build a little bit more. Nickel and dime, save some points there. And we were able to manipulate the cap breakers and get that pass accuracy up to an 80 rating. That way we can go up to 92 for the Hall of Fame dimer and the Rondo pass style. Although I do recommend Halliburton. I should have tried Rondo before the year is over, but I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't playing too much more 2K. But Black Ops 2 is here. And Unk is back in his natural habitat. I'm camping in corners with my ghillie suit. I got the face paint on and everything. Unk is ready to lay his life down for his country. I'm a corner camper. I am what I am. You feel me? I got people on my stream calling me a camper. Of course, on stream, I got to deny it. Cause everything I say can and will be used against me. But I know I be camping. I ain't going to lie to you. Don't talk to my lawyer about anything like that. But let me know what games you guys are playing down below in the comment section. If you guys like this video, be sure to like this video and be sure to comment. I checked the analytics. You guys do watch the video more with the timestamps. But the last video didn't do as well because you guys didn't comment nearly as much as you guys did on the first video of the rankings. So make sure you guys leave a comment. Let me know what games you guys are playing down below. Now, Batman gets a 97 out of 100, and it is our highest rated 97 build. Now, all the other builds from here on out will be 98 out of 100, so now we're getting to the creme de la creme. And the first 98 we have is going to be our Cheetah build. Our Cheetah build is our 6'6" shooting guard. That's similar to the Ant-Man build, but it's our perfected road runner. So it's as fast as possible. We go super high on the speed, super high on the agility. And you want to go maxed out speed with ball, 86 speed with ball is go lightning launch plus 2 the lightning launch. That way you're as fast as possible with and without the ball. And then you want to go with those perimeter, steal, and dunk cap breakers to make the build totally complete. It is very, very fire. It's an all-around build. And on the variation I'm going to show you guys, we raised the wingspan. So when we raised the wingspan, we lost a little bit of the 3 ball, so we do lose the deep bomb takeover and some of the gold shooting badges. But we still maintain the gold set shot specialist and silver limitless range. Why did we raise the wingspan? Because we wanted to make sure we could get that paint patroller badge. So you get 74 block and 60 interior defense for bronze paint patroller. Now you can be a lockdown defender. And I think if you do go the lockdown defending route, you want to at least have paint patroller just in case you run into a point guard that can rim run, or you play somebody that likes to run 5 out. You're able to defend the paint yourself and you don't have to call a rotation every single time. So here's the build, and I think the best thing about the build is the versatility. It's a fire hash lock. So on offense, if you need to, you can play the hash on it. It can also spot up in the corner very easily as well. But on defense, it can definitely be a lockdown defender, or you can just guard the other team's hash. You get all Hall of Fame defensive badges, just plus 1 of the ones you want to get those up to legend. And then you also get gold posterizer, so you want it to. If that's your playstyle, plus 2 your posterizer, get that up to legend. If you guys don't want to go that lightning launch route. But you got plenty of options, and I think the speed and the 3 ball is a great combination of leaking out on the break after getting a stop with your great defense, because you should have great defense on this build. You get a stop, leak out, your big man should have 93 plus pass accuracy, legend break starter. That pairs very nicely with your super high speed and your super high shooting. Overall, fire build, that is Cheetah. And that is ranked at build number 16. So let me know what you guys think of this ranking right here. We're getting down to the best of the best builds. Is there a build that I snubbed? Did any of these 5 builds deserve to be in the top 15 or top 10? Let me know down below in the comment section. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. God bless.